Welcome to Mystics MMOs. I'm your host, Mystic Raven. Alright, so I'm Mystic Raven and welcome. So, I'm going to be finishing my nature tune today. I have some replay badges to grab up on some feats. So that's what I'm going to be doing at this particular moment. I'll save a couple for maybe unlock some styles that I might be interested in, so on and so forth. But speaking of styles, when you unlock any style feat, you're not unlocking that style in your cosmetics. So keep that in mind. We're just doing this for feat purposes. This is going to give us more feat points that we can utilize towards our build. Now, how you do this is good for alts primarily. Yo, Jack, what's up? How you doing, brother? So if I've already unlocked these feats, I don't have to keep getting the same feats over and over again on other tunes because styles are RNG drop. So it can be more time consuming waiting to get some of these styles together. So I always try to skip and get as many feat points from some of the style feats as possible. And I always take the 5s because they're worth 50 points, and for every 100 we get a skill point. So for every 2 I'm getting 2 to 1 conversion. It's kind of important for me to do that. Now, like I said, I'll keep a couple for some extra styles if I want to unlock down the whatever. But I do definitely want to, capitalize on all these 5s first. Okay. Now, since we have that, we can unlock some of these 3s. And we'll keep the 35. But which feats do we choose? The ones with the most stars. Though usually your iconic styles are the ones that are harder to get. So I always suggest going for the iconic first, because those are the ones that are more like, okay, I've got to buy this piece, that piece, this piece, this piece, and I got to get this drop, this drop, this drop. Theme styles are a little easier to get, so you can get some of the themes, obviously, and like you can see, some of these themes are RNG based as well, but usually the way it goes is the 5s are the harder ones to obtain. Those are what we call theme sets, or iconic sets. Iconic sets are more like full sets that you would find on vendors, or you would get in certain raids. And then, of course, we have theme sets, which are usually like world drops or alert drops or duo drops. And these ones can be a little bit painful to get, but you can also get some of these pieces in your vault and, of course, your Promethean lockboxes. So I find these ones a little easier to obtain than the iconics. The iconics are a little bit harder to get. So I always would suggest try to unlock as much iconic as possible with your replay badges if you're working on an alt. Now, since we did do that, we do have some points, not as much as what we would hope. But once again, this is an alt, so we're not anticipating too much. Now, I only have 8 points, so I'm just going to put them all in here, and then I'm just going to save. Because as we're doing things, we will unlock feats. Now, as you can see, I already have my 3 armories set up for nature. And I already got my auras, and I have 1 material on this dude already. So, alright. Now, what I always want to do too is keep in mind I still have to do the 4-player content. This does have like a turn in for completing it the first time. Plus that gives you that XP boost for turn in, so I would like to take advantage of that as well.
Since safety is of the utmost importance to the society, I would point out that yes, you are in the center of a volcano.
Thank you.
Stop the ultra gorillas from teleporting in and pick up any cargo from them.
UGA salvage report. I don't yet understand.
I think they already did this one.
We'll figure it out before any human could.
Okay, they're good. This level 25 is going pretty fast at this, so. Alright. Trying to find his location. I'm set up as a healer right now. So, I'd rather try to stay with the group as much as possible. Alright. You see, he's already skipping around. That's kind of bad. We're going to pull way too much aggro. This is something you really can't afford to be doing. There's just so much. We're going to break that barrel real quick. It's going to give us a little bit of a cushion. Well, I think it would. Of course not. I break a heal barrel and... Oh, God. You want to try to stay together. You really do. That's kind of, you know, the idea. It's pug life. It's pug life. It's pug life. Do you like how DCUO reuses some of the locations for different raids and alerts? I do not. I'm not a big fan of cookie cutting aspects to gaming. I don't mind alter-rated, some of the areas to be altered, but I do not make, like, basically, like, you know, I guess a prime example of this is during Rick Hunter in the time. That one to me is acceptable due to the you know, the how the content is delivered. But I am definitely not a big fan of you know, cookie cutting certain content, I guess you'd say. And of course we just lost another one. We probably are not going to get this done, to be honest with you. At this point, I'm probably looking at having to abandon this entire, because I'm set as a healer. I could go with the DPS, but at this point, it's more or less just best just to bounce it. Because they didn't stay together. People get frustrated, and they'll leave. And it's just like, okay, well, now I'm in between time, and I'm going to have to wait for players to queue this. And for me, that's not an acceptable. So if I'm going to try to get feats, or if I'm going to try to get unlocks, it's pointless just to sit here and idly wait for other players when I could be doing other things like questing and stuff like that to get leveled up. I want to maximize time. I don't want to, you know, wait. Of course I'm wrong, Jack. Who said that, Jack? I didn't say that. You said that.
Not so long ago, aliens crash landed on a tiny island, and their technology created a race of genius gorillas. And now the ultra-humanite has stolen their technology. Think I'm joking? You are wrong.
I guess Jack says I'm wrong. Not you, Jack, but the other Jack. Jack Ryder says I'm wrong. I believe Jack. I think he's right. I'm wrong. So I'm going to exit this. I'll be put on a 45-second cooldown for abandoning. 50-something seconds a minute. That's fine. You know, I'm set as a healer. I really do want to kind of... A lot of people want to dictate how the meta goes. But to be honest with you, there are a lot of variations to healing with each class. Or each power set in this case. And a lot of people were like, well, the thing about nature that doesn't have burst heal and it doesn't have shield systems. Well, I beg to differ. The HOTS are a very good prominent aspect to nature healing. This is true. But every class, every power set has HOTS, and every power set has direct healing and shield system. Prime example of the shield system is Swarm Shield. Okay, so we're going to protect ourselves. On healing roll, it's going to protect 3 most injured members. So there's our shield system. That's a form of mitigation. Now on our direct heal, we have Blossom. And as you can see, it's priority heal. Bring forth life, restoring health to yourself and the most injured group member. This is a direct healing. This is not a hot. Now everything else is set to hot aspects when we look at cross-pollination, or when we take a look at metabolism, and then of course we have flourish. So these are all other healing effects. Now I prefer regeneration because it has a very powerful heal over time effect. But if you wanted more for burst healing and sustained healing, insect form is a really good supercharge as well. The best healing power set is electric. Electric is a good power set. I've been leveling my my electric healer. I don't feel like one's more overpowered than the other. So because, you know, if we take a look at the healing, how the healing's distributed, the company does really well at, you know, keeping the balance, I guess you'd say. I feel one of the most stringent healers, but yet has a lot of flexibility, is water. Water with high tide. Keeping that high tide up is very, very important for water healing, but it is fun, you know, as long as you keep your rotation. Rotation's a little bit more stiff, I would say, but you know, a lot more flexibility, you know, between, you know, a flex spot, 1 or 2 flex spots. But you know, when you're taking a look at nature healing, you can compensate maybe 1 or 2. Not a lot of flex opportunity unless you're wanting to change your supercharge. So, no. All right, so, I mean, that's my opinion. I mean, you know, it is what it is. So, I'm not going to get in Gorilla Island. I'm going to skip that content for now. I can double queue it up because I have 2 roles that I can utilize. We'll get the Hive Moon base. We'll see if that works out. I can also take advantage of going in and doing my events as well, and we'll probably do that here if this doesn't work out so well. Now once again, I do have 2 power sets, and of course you guys will see my material here. So I have the iridescent green on. I still have to unlock some costume pieces, so I still have the wings on this dune. I'm working on it. So I'm working on it. I'm trying my hardest. I have too many characters. Too many. It's not so bad though. I still probably do my vault, do some other stuff. I'm still trying to get a weapon for my healer. Ideally blaster. Right now I've got brawler on, but alright. Okay, artifacts. We can do that one as well. We can do the Oblivion Bar. Guess I should do that one. So might as well go into here, we're going to hit the Oblivion bar. If we get a Q, we'll turn it down. The current event raids and alerts are much harder than the previous